All right, prepare for maximum silliness, where I work on the range exercise from Patsy Rudenberg's book, The Need for Words. She is a vocal coach. Her book is all about working on your vocal instrument, trying to make it more expressive, trying to help you make more of a connection with your listeners, trying to get you to really connect with the word. And this is definitely one of these exercises to hopefully do that. The range exercise, this is a simple exercise to free up not only your vocal range, but also the emotional intensity of a text. So with this, choose an extremely heightened and emotional speech. This can be one exploring any feeling you choose. As you do this sequence, keep breathing as low as possible, making certain that the voice stays open and flexible. Don't shout in order to achieve this deep intensity. Go in the opposite direction, in fact. So I picked a text. It's something from the Rattle Bag. I just picked something mostly at random. It seems like something, it's not just a strictly meditative, descriptive thing. It seems to be a text with a little bit of a speaker to it. It is called, where the hell is it? Oh God, if I just lost it. Sweet Suffolk Owl. Taboo to Boot by Ogden Nash is what I'm going to try. And let's put a freaking bookmark here so I can actually find it. All right. Taboo. Okay, and for this, speak the text devoid of range. This will make you feel dull as well as sounding dull. Your body will probably also reflect this dullness by becoming flaccid and diminishing in status. So let's do that. Taboo to boot. One bliss for which there is no match is when you itch to up and scratch. Yet doctors and dowagers depreciate scratching. Society ranks it with spitting and snatching, and medical circles consistently hold scratchings as wicked as feeding a cold. Hell's flame burns unquenched neath how many a stocking, on account of to scratch in a salon is shocking. Neath tile or thatch that man is rich who has a scratch for every itch. Ho, squirmers and writhers, how long will ye suffer the medical tyrant, the social rebuffer? On the edge of the door let our shoulder blades rub. Let the drawing rooms now be as free as the tub. I'm greatly attached to Barbara Fetchy. I bet she scratched when she was itchy. So that is Taboo to Boot. And yes, so you speak it and it does make you feel dull and kind of flaccid. So next, speak the speech in the most extravagant way you can. Allow the body to free up and your gestures to be large. You'll probably sound like an Edwardian actor. At first, you may feel self-conscious or silly, but persevere, and you'll begin to enjoy yourself and feel more and more liberated. All right, let's do the complete silly. All right. Taboo to boot. One bliss for which there is no match is when you itch to up and scratch. Yet doctors and dowagers depreciate scratching. Society ranks it with spitting and snatching, and medical circles consistently hold that scratching's as wicked as feeding a cold. Hell's flames burns unquenched neath how many a stocking, on account of to scratch in a salon is shocking. Neath tile or thatch that man is rich who has a scratch for every itch. Ho, squirmers and writhers, how long will ye suffer the medical tyrant, the social rebuffer? Oh, on the edge of the door let our shoulder blades rub. Let the drawing room now be as free as the tub. I'm greatly attached to Barbara Fetchy. I bet she scratched when she was itchy. And that is Taboo to Boot, which was a hell of a lot more fun to read that way. And I don't know if I was flailing around as much because I'm clutching a book. But yes, so that's speaking the text my most extravagant way. Maybe I could do more extravagant. I probably could, but, don't want to blow up the speakers. Now immediately return to speaking normally. You'll be delighted at how rich. Well, let's see. Okay, let's try somewhere in between. Taboo to boot. One bliss for which there is no match is when you itch to up and scratch. Yet doctors and dowagers depreciate scratching. Society ranks it with spitting and snatching, and medical circles consistently hold that scratching's as wicked as feeding a cold. Hell's flames burns unquenched neath how many a stocking, on account of to scratch in a salon is shocking. Neath tile or thatch, that man is rich who has a scratch for every itch. Ho, squirmers and writhers, how long will ye suffer the medical tyrant, the social rebuffer? On the edge of the door let our shoulder blades rub. Let the drawing room now be as free as the tub. I'm greatly attached to Barbara Fretchy. I bet she scratched when she was itchy. So that is, yes, Taboo to Boot by Ogden Nash. And apparently, as, yes, you return to speaking normally, you'll be delighted at how rich your voice suddenly sounds and how solid the emotional connections to the text have become. Which I can definitely get, because by doing it super exaggerated, you find kind of somewhere the limits, or you find kind of some of the intent as you kind of throw yourself hard at it, that when you kind of then kind of retreat back a little bit, you're like, oh, I'm aware of the social rebuffer, and or you're like, oh, rubbing your shoulders on the door, on the edge of the door, let our shoulder blades rub. Oh, just shoulder blades rub. You can kind of get into the motion of it and the pleasure of it, and hopefully that comes through on a more kind of less over the top reading, even though actually the over the top reading was the funnest. But yeah, kind of getting into the text. So that is called the range exercise, and I mean a part of that is just go hard and then kind of go back a little bit, and you retain, I can see that your kind of body retains the memory of going hard. You've still got that in you as you're reading it in a more normal voice, which is, yeah, I can see that being valuable of a way of doing things for a set text. I don't know, when you get into kind of like, I'm having troubles, maybe if like, I'm having trouble doing a speech, you can say, oh, I'm practicing a speech, I'm trying to kind of get it, but I can't get this one part of it. It's like that actually might be a very useful exercise to suddenly stop and say, oh, okay, because I'm recording all this, but maybe if you're also going to give a live speech, but you're practicing, I can't get this one part, is just go super hard on it and kind of discover, oh, okay, where am I going? What is actually there? And then kind of retreating back and then delivering it in a normal voice that you would to an audience without, horribly shaming yourself. But you've got that memory and you've got that kind of feel there that you've explored it you've explored your words in a different way, which is interesting. It's interesting. You can see actors who've done this a lot. They can how much they can bring to words, and how they do that, a part of their craft is something that may be useful for even somebody who's just standing in front of a camera and yakking. Yeah. Yeah. The different levels. And then it's funny how you do that, and so you're better at like but you've got the memory of going out here, so it helps. So yeah, that's that. The next couple of exercises are very motion ones. They're walk, run, sit, stand, do a whole bunch of stuff. Do exercises in couples and groups. So I may kind of go through them, or I might just kind of go to the next thing of finding a text where I can exercises that I can just do on my own, because I don't have the speech buddy, and God, I don't want one. All right. I will leave it there. That was a vocal video for today. I just kind of drifted off there in the end of my own housekeeping. Sorry about that. All right. Taboo to boot. More videos later.